Okay, so I watched this halfway through, already figured it out. I mean, it was obvious. I mean, just the way that his hand is here. You've got the ball here, but you can clearly see he is keeping his hands like this, meaning it is a palming technique. It's palming. He's palming a ball. Here we're.
See if you can figure this out. I've got this wooden tube which is totally empty and has holes running through the side of it. I've also got this miniature wooden dagger which is solid. Now if I put the dagger through the tube, just like this, it blocks the tube up, meaning if I take something...
See, right there. Right there. He's got a ball palmed already.
Like this ball bearing, it will not drop through the tube. If I remove the dagger, the ball bearing...
See, ball drops after he pulls it out. This blade right here, has a magnet right around here. And you can kind of actually see the magnet in the wood grain here.
Drops free, and of course without the dagger, the ball bearing will just drop.
And you notice how one hand he's doing this, and then this hand he's keeping two fingers clasped tight, and he's like, okay, yeah, look, I'm doing this.
For the tube, but with the dagger in place, that blocks the tube, meaning the ball bearing...
See, right there. He drops it in, and the ball is in there.
Cannot get past. Look, if I tip the ball bearing...
Now, he flipped it and opened his fingers. The ball is still stuck right there on the magnet.
I want to show you something strange. Now, bear in mind, the ball bearing is completely solid, and you can look at the tube on all sides. If I take the...
Now, he's going to throw the ball in, and it's going to come down. Let's see if I can doodle this properly for you guys here. Let's see, where am I at? I'm right here. Okay, so you've got the box right here, the tube. The dagger goes right through the middle. The ball gets dropped here. Plain and simple. As soon as he flips it upside down, the ball is now here. But there's a magnet here. Magnet's right there. Plain and simple. You drop a ball in, it hits and sticks. This one shoots out the bottom. Plain and simple. Now, this one is stuck here. Now, if he flips it again, he could do this indefinitely. He could do it indefinitely. He just keep flipping it over and over again, and that's how it works. Now, I'll start this over.
Ball bearing, drop it into the tube,
Boom.
it passes all the way
Ball
through the
pops
dagger.
out.
Now, people think I'm actually
Flips
dropping the
it
ball
over.
bearing behind the tube, which isn't the case. But if I angle it like this, hopefully you can see that ball bearing is going all the way through the tube and all the way through the dagger. The dagger is completely solid. The tube
Now,
is
right
totally
there.
empty. So you tell me. The dagger is through the dagger, all the way through the dagger. The dagger is completely solid. The dagger is completely solid. Tube and all the way through the dagger. The dagger is completely...
Yeah, I'm gonna turn this up. Listen, when he pulls this dagger out, you can hear the ball roll down the block and into his palm.
all the way through the tube and all the way through the dagger. The dagger is completely solid. The tube is totally empty. So you tell me.
He's palming it
How
again.
does that
again,
work?
Right there. That's how easy these are. It's literally a tube. The dagger is there, but there is a magnet in the center. He palms one ball, drops it through, but all it's doing is knocking this ball out onto the bottom. Then when he flips it over, he does it again. I mean, these techniques, palming, people are throwing all these funky comments out here. Let's see. Yeah, pressing the handle releases the lock from the middle of the blade. The blade rotates. Yeah. Definitely something to do with the handle of the knife, turning the mechanism in the handle of the dagger. The dagger's not wood. Yeah, no duh. Something to do with the handle. If it's not, then I'm stuck on this one. There's a release button on when you hold the knife. The dagger flips inside the tube. Has something to do with turning of the tube. Depends on which angle the dagger gets put in. There's a groove on the inside with enough plate for the ball to go through. Tube is tapered, so if you put it in, the ball goes around. There's a little metal button on the handle that activates magic. Yeah, it's super simple with palming. You palm a ball right here. You go, oh look, I'm going to drop this ball into the thing, and you drop it in, and it hits the magnet on the blade. Neodymium magnets, boom, sticks to it, and you go, oh, see, it stopped. You pull the blade out, the ball can then drop because it's no longer held by the magnet or the dagger. Put the dagger back in, you take the ball, you put it in, and then you go, okay, now what? Oh, but I flip it over, but where'd the ball go? Oh, it's right here. Drop it in, boom, falls out. It's super easy, and people are trying to look at this in the most technical ways. There's a button, a lever, a switch, a thing, and it's like, it's literally a block of wood tube and a fake dagger with a magnet and 2 ball bearings. It's easy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this again without stopping so that you guys can see it.
See if you can figure this out. I've got this wooden tube which is totally empty and has holes running through the side of it. I've also got this miniature wooden dagger which is solid. Now if I put the dagger through the tube, just like this, it blocks the tube up, meaning if I take something like this ball bearing, it will not drop through the tube. If I remove the dagger, the ball bearing drops free, and of course without the dagger, the ball bearing will just drop through the tube. But with the dagger in place, that blocks the tube, meaning the ball bearing cannot get past. Look, if I tip the ball bearing out, I want to show you something strange. Now, bear in mind, the ball bearing is completely solid, and you can look at the tube on all sides. If I take the ball bearing, drop it into the tube, it passes all the way through the dagger. Now, people think I'm actually dropping the ball bearing behind the tube, which isn't the case. But if I angle it like this, hopefully you can see that ball bearing is going all the way through the tube and all the way through the dagger. The dagger is completely solid. The tube is totally empty. So you tell me, how does that work?
See? It's easy when you look at it with the critical thinking mind. Easy peasy. He literally rotates it and rolls the ball into his palm. I don't know how much clearer it can be. That's magic. A lot of people are just overthinking it.